for the B-boys and B-girls out there, they understand what the culture is. They understand a lot of the history. But for the general audience, you're explaining why, you know, the rhythm, the purpose of rhythm, how it's created because of the music, because of the energy, because of the environment, because of just the options of using your hands and feet together rhythmically, created these patterns. Yeah, create these patterns. So that's the thing that the general public doesn't know, because at first, you know, maybe the first person that they see is Pocket. Maybe the first person they see is like, you know, Bumblebee for the general public when they're scrolling on TikTok or Instagram. They're first seeing these big feats, which is, again, not taken away from breaking because it added to breaking, but it's just punching and kicking. And if it was just Muay Thai, which is a power move contest, if you really think about it, that's Muay Thai or that's kickboxing. But if you want the full MMA, you have to know jiu-jitsu. So guess what? Breaking is like, you have to know some ground movement or else you won't make it past the thing because some guys might know more than you. So let's pull up that clip with Little G and Rockstrike 2011 in Moscow, Redbull BC 1. And this will show the point of what I'm making. We're going to commentate it, but what we're going to do is we're going to turn Rockstrike's movements into jiu-jitsu movements and Little G's movements into kicking and striking.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to mirror them. And now you'll see, because when people first see this, they're not going to understand how Rockstrike won this, right? Boom. So here's a strategy. Rockstrike goes out first. Super relaxed, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And the thing is, he's going to accentuate the top rock. Not the funkiest, but aggressive motion. Then that little back rock, people aren't even going to understand. That's almost like he's doing a triangle choke, right, to an arm bar. And these little movements right here, you know, not everyone to the layman's eye is going to think that's vital or that's important, but it is. Because it's the little, then he goes for the power. Now it's almost like he went from ground to striking. Now let's watch Little G, right? He's not exaggerating the top rock, so it's almost like he doesn't have any groundwork. You know what I mean? And then straight to striking, right? He's going straight to striking. Would you agree with that, Jay?
For sure. I mean, what you notice right here as a layman is this guy looks the closest to us. When you talk about a power head,
yeah,
that's the closest look to a human superhero, right?
Right. Yeah.
But what we're seeing right here is a scientist.
Yeah, and you saw him do the little elbow walks, that little, and then stick in the freeze. Yo, his energy is consistent, and these little movements are adding up, which people don't see. The laymen don't see. B-boys and B-girls can see it. Yeah. Like, yo, did you see that transition? But to a layman, look, so like he matched the freeze.
Yeah, this is a one-round fight.
Yeah,
Superman, aka Little G, can probably win it. But
right,
what we're looking at is intelligence, right, and a highly developed representation of the human body. Look at all the shapes. Well, not with him so much, but with Rocks, right? That's what we're seeing.
Yeah,
we're seeing Superman versus Batman, and
we're
seeing who won that fight.
Yeah. And you can even say that, like, Rockstrike, we just saw Royce Gracie, like Rockstrike's doing little heel kicks to his liver to open him up, to expose him.
And he crashed. Yeah, he's like,
to wrap him up. See what I'm saying? See what? Look at the, like we just named, right? It was intimidating. It's like Rockstrike took his serotonin. You know what I'm saying? Rockstrike took the serotonin and just locked it in with little movements. You know what I'm saying? Like he's doing little transitions to his back. It's almost like Ken Shamrock. He's like, now he's getting over Ken Shamrock. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the relation.
Oh man, just mangling him.
You know what I mean? Look, he's already distracted, and he tried to play his game. You don't want to play the other guy's game, especially if he's stronger at it. That's like a striker trying to do jiu-jitsu when he's never taken any jiu-jitsu training. So he's gonna he's tripling down on his on his punches and kicks. But the problem is he's almost doing the same thing.
Yeah, he's running the same thing.
Yeah.
The crowd loves it though, right? Look at the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, physically, it's incredible, man. It's
yeah.
I mean, you can't really knock
there you go.
Doing, man, on that level.
There you go. Yeah.
But understanding the culture, understanding the music, understanding where it came from, there was, and you can look at the face, look at that exchange right there. Little G already knew.
He knew.
Boom.
And it's not like Rockstrike doesn't have any strikes, punching or striking. You know what I mean? And that's where Rock Strike got him, because like, yo, I can match you in the punching and kicking. My dominant movement is jiu-jitsu. Dude, how many times has there been an MMA match where that has happened, right? Where a jiu-jitsu player takes out a striker. I mean, and opposite has happened too, right? Where strikers take out floor game players. But it's the same thing. This is how we got to market breaking in the Olympics. We got to market like it's jiu-jitsu. You know what I'm saying? Dude, this was a great moment because this is the first time that someone did it without air flares, that won a BC one without air flares and without flips. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, did it without air, like straight up the big dynamics, who did it in little movements. You know what I mean? It's almost like
Ronnie, but you're right. Ronnie he does some dope elbow air flare things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
now look how everyone's excited. Why? Because this is the first time that happened in breaking history, where a guy did it with with intricate movements versus just big stage pleasing movements. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And what was dope is we just broke down the similarities. We basically just watched Ken Shamrock versus Royce Gracie, but in breaking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just educated the crowd, Jay.
No, invaluable. But I'm saying it's hard. This is what we need to overcome right here. It's because Ken Shamrock said, "Hey, I quit." I guess looking at Lil G's face at the end, he kind of said that.
Yeah, dude.
In reality, in this day and age, people are like, "Oh, okay, they're trained up. Like, even if I crash and I know I lost, I'm gonna act like I won."
Right.
Like that, right? But
yeah.
That's the thing that needs to be overcame, right? So the judges did see that. That's kind of contributing to that, and it's cool to see that that's being developed, right? A lot more energy and attention is being put into how we perceive and how we observe and how we judge what we're looking at.
Right.
I'd like to hear a little more about what's going on with that. It seems like pretty depthful though, with the trivium system and whatnot. I know there's a lot of other systems, and I like to see all the systems in cycle and not just one take it.
Right.
But
I mean, you'll see. I mean, that's why I gave this perception. I wanted to do this episode because it was like kind of like, dude, no one talks about this. No one talks about how there's this similarities, and this is how we can market it.